Welcome to the Sin Bin. I'm Sir Mike Knight. That's Audacity 81. Guys, we have a pretty short show for you, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I am super sick right now. So my voice is going to crack at one point because I'm so fucking congested.
It's puberty.
No, not fucking pneumonia, bro. That's why I didn't do the live show on Tuesday. Because I could barely talk. Ugh.
I'm just like wondering. I mean, do you need a Mucinex in the middle of the show? You need a lozenge? Go check your purse. You might have one at the bottom of it.
I might down some of this fucking Dayquil in the middle of the show.
Drink enough, you'll start the trip.
So let's go into the by the numbers. It's a real quick by the numbers. The regular season is unofficially done. We have makeup games coming this next week. And we've got a bunch of them. But does it matter for the bottom teams? Not unless they're playing a top team and they can play spoiler. And here's how some of them can do that. Right? Let's just get this out of the way. Just going to send it. First place, no matter what happens. I told you the lucky number was 5. That was if the Golden Company Elephants won out. Right? Just going to send it. There's just no possible way. They have 3 games left against Golden Company Elephants.
Mm-hmm.
Even if Golden Company Elephants take all 3 of those games, they lose to Just going to Send It by 1 point. So there is no possible way anybody's catching first. Just going to Send It has first, and they will have first.
I'd like to personally thank PP for taking us to the promised land like he promised us he would.
Fucking would, dude. Dude's less than a fucking part-timer. Don't give me that shit.
He's the
anyway,
carry.
Let's move on. Golden Company Elephants, contrary to last week, where they did not control their own destiny, they now do. If they win out against Just Gonna Send It, they take second place officially. Right? They control their own destiny as far as this goes now. Whereas before they needed Lucky Sevens to drop a couple games. Well, guess what? They did. Right? They took 3 points against medium-sized men out of the 6. And that took the destiny out of their hands. The Lucky Sevens, they need all 6 victories. And they need Just Gonna Send Golden Company Elephants to drop 1.
Okay.
That's how close that race is in order to get to second place.
So it's between Lucky Sevens and Gold Company who's going to get number 2.
Correct. No other team can get number 2. Right?
Okay.
Gold Standard is stuck where they're at. They're either going to be in 4th or 5th place, and it's out of their hands. It is in medium-sized men's hands. The medium-sized men, in order to get 3rd, it would require them to win out against Lucky Sevens, and they would need Plan B to win too.
Who's Plan B playing?
Why do I have balloons? Where did the balloons come from?
I don't know.
That was so random. I hope you keep it in.
Who's Plan B playing?
Yeah. Plan B needs to beat Lucky Sevens.
Jesus Christ.
Twice. So I think we can safely say that the play-in is going to be Gold Standard versus medium-sized men. It's on whether or not medium-sized men can overtake 4th in order to maintain the home field for that.
Okay.
Right? The home ice. So all medium-sized men would need to do in order to get home ice is win one against the Lucky Sevens.
Okay, I can see that happening.
I could too. If you ask Duchesne, he is guaranteed a sweep.
Oh, interesting.
So just keep an eye on that. Let's see how well that ages and move that to the side. I mean, I can't blame him, right? I mean, you would, if you're on this team, it's a good team. The Lucky Sevens are a good team, right? If you're on the team, obviously you're going to have all the faith in the world on your team, right? If I'm taking my medium-sized men hat off, right, and just putting my media hat on, that was me doing that. I mean, absolutely, you would call for a sweep.
I
if
mean,
you have
yeah.
faith.
You should always think you're going to win a game whenever you're going in. That's at least what I do. I don't ever think I'm going to go lose.
Right.
And I think that's also one of the reasons why when I lose, I get so angry.
I did message Rob. I will say. I did message Rob.
I mean, he can't trade anybody to the other team, so he's good.
Right. Said Rob, I need Plan B to play the best games of hockey they've ever fucking played in their fucking lives. Next week against Lucky Sevens. He said, "I got you, bro."
All day.
We'll see. So that is by the numbers. It's a little shorter than last week because there's not as many games left.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of important games left. Not many games left.
There's important games left, absolutely. Because 2 is still up for grabs for Lucky Sevens. And it's not even a long shot, right? I mean, if Gold Company Elephants loses all 3 to Just Gonna Send It, the Lucky Sevens have a really good shot at taking second place.
Yeah.
So I mean, from those 2 could switch. Medium-sized men could move up. I mean, it's a long shot for medium-sized men to move up to third, right?
What is up with the thumbs up?
No? Yeah. Hey!
Is that what it is?
Yes. Look at that. I don't know. It's weird, dude. But I'm liking it. It's cool.
Okay, you got to cut that off.
So yeah, I mean, it's a long shot for medium-sized men to move up to third. It would require a lot out of their control, but it is not out of the realm of possibility for them to move to fourth.
Yeah.
Especially if they play the same way they played Tuesday against the Lucky Sevens.
It's going to be a good finish, and I mean, a lot of it's going to be seeding, and then it's going to be who's the first loser to Just Gonna Send It, and who's the second loser to Just Gonna Send It, and who's going to help me hoist the cup at Just Gonna Send It.
Okay. Moving on. We got Vezina Watch. So it's been a debate all season, just like it was a debate. It's actually been a debate since last season, the end of last season, on whether or not Audacity should have won the Vezina last season. He's under the same scrutiny this season. Would you not say so?
Always.
Yeah, even with different defense. I mean, one of the same. So let's get into this Vezina debate, since it's going to be a debate, even after a winner is crowned.
Yep. So, I mean, we've seen.
Top 3,
oh, go ahead.
The top 3 we see, right? Obviously, you Audacity, huge for medium-sized men.
Correct.
And that other guy that plays for Golden Company Elephants, I can't remember his name. I don't remember who he is.
What is it? K Screaming?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the debate is that Audacity has a incredible defense in front of him, and it's the only reason why he's doing as well as he's doing. Couldn't the
Well,
same be said about Jay Whispers?
Jay Whispers has faced 9.5 shots per game so far this season. His defense has bailed him out a lot, especially going against some high-powered offenses that like to shoot a lot. Not saying that he's a bad goalie, by no means, but I think a lot of times what happens is people think that as a goalie, you're supposed to be in the right position. You can't be in every position. Um, and you have to rely on your defense to make sure that the shooter is in the right position so that they can't just go across crease and things like that. I don't expect a goalie to make a save on every cross crease because it's impossible, because then somebody's going to catch you short side if you're doing that. I don't expect the defense to let every cross crease go through. So it's a give and take. But when your defense is only allowing you to face 9 shots a game, that's a solid defense that Golden Company Elephants has.
Mm-hmm.
As a team, they collapse so much and protect Jay Whispers so much. When we played them, the first couple games, it was like, wow, this guy. But I mean, when you're only facing 9 shots a game, it's crazy. I mean, he got a 2-shot shutout against Money Shot.
Yeah, that's but it's money shot. Anyway, so if we just look at pure numbers here, so Jay Whispers goals against average is the lowest with 2.05.
Yes.
His save percentage is 0.84.
Hmm.
He has faced 442 shots and had 9 shutouts. Okay. We'll move on to huge. Right? His goals against average 2.39.
Hmm.
Save percentage is 0.87, and he's had 6 shutouts. He's faced 625 shots and played one more game than Jay Whispers. So he's had 200 more shots on him and only played one more game.
Yes.
Now let's go to Audacity. You have a 2.2 goals against average, right?
Yep.
The same exact save percentage as Huge on 0.87. 7 shutouts, which is one more than Huge, 2 less than Jay Whispers, and faced 731 shots. Now, you have had 12 more games than Huge, 13 more games than Jay Whispers. But you still faced almost 300 more shots than Jay Whispers. So whose defense is protecting who?
Well, exactly. I think that you look into at goalies and the shots they take and the shots they're facing and stuff like that, and you can take that into account. When you're facing less than 10 shots a game on average, that is just ridiculous defense. And I give my hats off. And again, even those 9 shots, you still have to save them. And he's doing that. Um, and it's not to take away from him as Vezina leader right now, or where he scores out at, because who knows what the algorithm's going to pop out. It gave Lippy number 2 because he had a 3 shutout game. Outside of that, the regular season, he was nah. But he had one series where he had 3 consecutive shutouts, and that gave him number 2, knocking Huge to number 3. I think also the biggest thing is you look at wins. Wins comes into play of it. I mean, is your goalie winning? You can have a high save percentage and stuff, but you still have to win the game. And when you look at that stat, I'm at 40, Whispers is at 28, and Hughes is at 25.
Again, you have 13 and 12 more games in them, but still.
Well, if you gave them all 13 wins, they'd still wouldn't be at me.
They'd come way closer than what it looks right now.
But I mean, in all actuality, I mean it's going to come down to how the algorithm is going to pull this, and that's the thing. I just want to. I know Huge talks a lot about the defense in front of you, and he has the least amount of room to talk. Same thing with Money Shot and Texas. He talks about, oh, well, your defense is protecting you. You have no room to talk. You are literally the leader of a team. You got to draft your defense. You got to pick anybody on that was undrafted to be in front of you. You made the choices to be in front of you. And when you think about that, it's like you can't sit there and go, "Oh, it's the defense in front of you." I don't have that choice. I don't have that luxury. If Jelly says this is who you play with, this is who you play with. As an owner and a goalie, and you're saying it's somebody else's defense, that's on you 100%.
Yeah,
You have a lot more control than I do.
I agree.
And I mean, it's going to come down. I think it's going to definitely come down to these last 3 games. I mean, this could be the change of everything. If Huge can pull out a couple shutouts, that could propel him into the lead. If I can pull out a couple shutouts, that could propel me into the lead. Or if Jay Whispers can win the last 3 games with a good save percentage, that could put him in the lead. So I mean, this whole Vezina race is gonna come down to these last 3 games.
I noticed that you didn't say Jay Whispers was going to be able to get some more shutouts. I'm just pointing that out for the fans in attendance.
We're not money shot. We're gonna get more than 2 shots.
So I've been thinking about this all season, right? I've noticed. What if every playoff team had their own show?
Like gold standard?
Yeah.
Well, let's see how that would look.
Jesus H. Christ. When I was a boy, every little squirt wanted to be a harpooner or a sword fisherman. And you got here, portable shower or a monkey cage?
Anti-shark cage.
Anti-shark cage. You go inside the cage. Cage goes in the water. You go in the water. Shark's in the water. Our shark. Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.
Okay, superstar, RNT, Serenti, Rondel. Oh, mon! Bez, Tabernac, Pastor Susei, Sasuru, Jastuku, Jabrat, Na Pasbu. Bandidos, Javus, Changing, Jos.
Well, since we're going to be working together, I reckon it's time we start drinking together.
Yeah!
Join us for a bond and a story between 2 D-men that have been told time and time again, but this time it's told with a twist.
It's nobody's business but ours.
Do you know somebody named Jack?
We was fishing buddies.
You know, it could be like this, just like this always.
This thing grabs hold of us in the wrong place, and we're dead.
Boys sure found a way to make the time pass up there.
I You don't go up there to fish.
You don't know nothing about her.
You have no idea how bad it gets.
If you can't fix it, you got a standard.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Join Sir Mike Knight, Costa, in a story that can only be told during the playoffs, and only in one place, with one sized man. Medium-sized men. This summer.
I fucking hate you
Why?
because of that last one.
Huh?
Because of the last one we just saw.
What last one? Oh.
Fucking hate you.
Why can't I quit you?
Let's cut into the sin bin. Audacity. Who's in the sin bin?
Oh man, it's been a good week this week. There hasn't been like anybody in the chat box to piss anybody off. Without Bishop here stirring the pot, making everybody angry, it's been a very cohesive week. You know what? I don't know if I could put somebody in the sin bin this week.
Say it ain't so.
Fine. If I have to put somebody in the sin bin, I'm putting Young 96 in the sin bin. You're going in the sin bin, buddy. I have to hear how great you are, and you put a big ass goose egg up. If my forward didn't score on me in the second game, I would have gotten 2 shutouts against you. You can't call yourself the best because you beat the worst. Step up to the king. Get crowned, bitch.
Man, you're doing a lot of sucking your own dick today. You know what? I'm running into the same problem on my sin bin. So I'm going to go to the other side of the argument and use one of your lines against you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go with PP. You have played 17 fucking games for a team that has won how many? 50 something? How many of you guys won?
I don't know. I mean, we can count our losses probably easier.
Oh, 40 wins, dude. 40 fucking wins. You have 17 games played for this 40-win team. You are responsible for a third of their losses, and you talk the most shit about how you're carrying the team. How are you carrying the team from the bench?
PP's the best.
I've played more games for medium-sized men than you have for Just Gonna Send It, and I don't claim any amount of their victories. Just saying.
PP's the best.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just say it loud.
Nope.
I love PP. Say it loud. I love PP.
And clipped. Knew you were going to come out of the closet at some point during these shows. And it's good
You
to
leave the
see
door wide open behind you.
So before we outro, all right, let's talk about playoffs.
Playoffs?
Yeah, you better put AI in there. So we like to do a thing on our old show called the playoff bet, where we would go through, predict how each series would go, not just pick the winners, but pick how many games, right? We would tally the points up, and the person with the least amount of points would have to do a punishment. We want to leave this open for the viewers. What punishment we need to do. Odessa, you want to give us an idea of some of the punishments we've done in the past?
I think our most famous one was the got milk. The loser had to pour a gallon of milk over the top of their head. So it involves me getting in the shower and pouring the milk over top of my head, and I made sure I did it in the most uncomfortable possible way for anybody to watch it. I think we had Air Raiders had to wear his wife's dress,
It was actually two losers that season. It was Air Raiders and Campos.
and both of them
Yeah,
had to wear drag. Uh,
Yep.
I mean, we've had some pretty good ones.
We did the polar bear plunge
Oh yeah,
where one person, we actually ended up doing that a second time because one person bitched out and did the ALS bucket challenge and ice bucket challenge instead. Fucking idiot. And then Campos lost next season and he did the polar bear plunge. He lost a lot.
he lost a lot. It was good that, like, when he was playing, that I wasn't losing. So
I haven't lost once.
oh,
I have
we're
a
gonna
feeling
change that.
with a 2-person panel that's going to change.
That's gonna change.
Because I don't think I ever won once. I just stayed in the middle of the pack, so I didn't lose.
I, I'm gonna have to take out a quiet of alone and start paying teams to throw matches for this.
So those are the types of punishments we used to do. We got to make it as cheap as possible because we're fucking poor, but also entertaining, right? Not just uncomfortable, but entertainingly uncomfortable,
Yeah,
right?
and it's got to be YouTube friendly. So
Yes.
as much as I wouldn't mind walking around naked in a grocery store, asking people if they know if the meat's on sale, we cannot do that.
Or have you seen my wiener?
Ask me about my wiener.
About my wiener. Have you seen my baseball? Um,
So we can't do something that's illegal, but uh, I'm open to some suggestions. I could think of a lot of cool things, but I just want to see what the audience out there wants to do. Have some suggestions. Drop them in the comments. Drop them in the chat box, and
make
basically,
sure you tag us if you drop it in the chat box. Otherwise, it got lost in the shuffle. Or you can DM either myself or Audacity.
yeah. The other thing I'd like is that's normally the same time we do the award show. So
Yes, it is.
at the end of the season, Mike and I do our award show, and we don't give out the rocket and stuff like that. That's up to the real media. You know, we rather honor the crummy corners that we come from, and we come up with our own awards, goons and stuff like that. We will come up with some fun stuff, and people will get to walk away with a trophy that maybe they want, maybe they don't, but they
And
do deserve
actually,
it.
since this is the first season, all right, the first winners, the trophy will be named after them.
Oh yeah.
So
So as
you will
long as
be
there's as
you
long
will
as
go
it's sin
down in
bin,
history. Yep. As long as there's a sin bin, there will be a trophy named after you if you win these. So it's always a fun time. It's a great show. It's a good season ender. And it should be a good time. It should be a good time.
yep.
But that's all the time we have for this episode of the Sin Bin from myself and Audacity. Hey guys, keep the faith.